You know, we all work hard for our money. But what if I told you that your financial success isn't just about your job or your investments? What if it's deeply connected to the very space you're in right now? Today, we're jumping into the world of Vastu Shastra to look at this incredible idea that your home can literally unlock or block your prosperity. I mean, it's a pretty wild question to think about, right? We're so focused on our careers, our budgets, our hustle. But could the real roadblock to your wealth be your house? Could there be invisible blockages in your home or office just stopping that financial flow cold? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
All right, so let's get to the heart of it. The concept we're talking about is called Dhan Lakshmi Yoga. You might have heard of it in astrology, but here's the kicker. It's not just in the stars. It's a real energy alignment for wealth that can exist or be totally messed up right inside your home or office. It all comes down to 3 key zones, so let's break them down, one by one.
Okay, first up is the Northeast Zone. This is also called Ishan Khan. And I want you to think of this part of your home as its Gangotri, the sacred source of the Ganges River. It's that powerful. This is literally where the river of your prosperity begins. So it's pretty simple. If this source gets blocked, that river of wealth, well, it just can't start flowing.
So what messes this zone up and what makes it better? Let's look. On the left, you've got the blockers, the poisons for this area, things like clutter, junk, and toilets, which obviously represent waste. Heavy stuff like stairs is also a big no-no. They just crush the energy here. But the absolute biggest one is the kitchen, and we'll talk more about that in a second. Now on the right, you've got the boosters, the good stuff. We're talking extreme cleanliness, lots of natural light from open windows, and energy activators like crystal balls and water.
And this really hits the nail on the head when it comes to the kitchen problem. See, the Northeast is a water zone. A kitchen, that's all about the fire element. So when you put a kitchen there, it's like you're literally setting fire to your wealth every single day. You're creating this massive energy clash right at the source of your prosperity.
So the big question is, how do you fix it? Well, it's actually pretty straightforward. Here are 3 simple things you can do. First, deep clean. And I mean right away. Get all that junk and clutter out of there. Second, hang up some crystals. A bunch of 5 crystal balls is perfect for catching and spreading that natural light, really energizing the whole area. And third, bring in the water element. A small active water fountain or even just a picture of a beautiful waterfall can get that energy moving and that river of wealth flowing again.
All right, let's move on to the second critical spot, the North Zone. Now, if the Northeast is the source of your wealth, think of the North as the treasury. This is the domain of Lord Kubera, the divine treasurer himself. This is, without a doubt, a pure money zone.
And the name of the game here is to protect the treasurer. The things that block this zone are pretty similar to the Northeast. A kitchen? That's like setting your bank on fire. And putting stairs here? It's like putting a huge heavy weight right on Lord Kubera's head. You just don't want to do that. Instead, you want to focus on the boosters. Keep it incredibly clean, let that natural light pour in, and you can even use those same energizers like crystal balls or a water feature here.
Okay, on to our third and final zone for prosperity, the West. Now, the significance of the West is really cool. It goes back to the Sagar Manthan, the story about the churning of the ocean to get all these divine treasures. Well, it was out of that churning that the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, appeared. So the West is seen as her origin point, a place where her powerful energy naturally wants to settle. So protecting this zone has some very specific rules. You absolutely must avoid any pits or depressions in the ground. And another big one is having a T-point intersection hitting your house from the west. The whole idea is that the west needs to be solid, stable, and even slightly elevated. If you've got these negative things going on, the energy of prosperity just won't stick around. Yeah, so the main principle for the west is actually pretty simple when you boil it down. Just keep it clean and make sure you don't have any dips or pits in the ground there. It's all about keeping it stable and pure. You'll notice, unlike the other zones, we're not talking about adding things like water fountains here. For the West, it's more about preserving its natural strength and making sure it's structurally sound. Okay, we've just walked through the 3 most important zones for wealth in your home. So let's pull it all together now. I don't want you to think of this as a huge list of complicated rules. Instead, think of it like this. You now have 3 simple keys in your hand that can unlock the financial flow in your own space. So here it is, your 3-zone wealth checklist. It's super simple. Number 1, the Northeast. That's your source. Keep it clean, keep it light, and keep that energy flowing like a river. Number 2, the North, your treasurer. Keep it clean, open, and absolutely free of fire or heavy weight. And number 3, the West, the home of the goddess. Just keep it clean and elevated. That's really it. 3 zones, 3 simple things to remember.
And we're going to leave you with this really powerful phrase, mono mat jano. It means, don't just believe it, know it, experience it. This isn't about asking you to have blind faith. It's a challenge. It's an invitation to go experiment in your own home, to actually observe what happens, and to experience the results for yourself. So the final question really isn't, do you believe this? The real question is, are you willing to find out?